If you were to look at camera forums in the past 10 to 15 years and search, what is the most desirable Nikon film camera? I bet you all the Portra 400s that you'll find the Nikon F3 and FM3A at the top spots. But I've never seen a comparison MTV Celebrity Deathmatch style before, so let's do one. We'll do 5 rounds: looks, build quality, and handling, features, satisfaction factor, price, then crown a winner. This is not one of those comparisons that conclude with better depending on your needs. No, loser dies and goes to the trash. Round 1, looks. I owned the F3 HP 8 years ago and never understood how people thought this was a good looking camera. I thought the prism had the same proportions as a 2-year-old Coco Melon. I always thought it looked extremely obsolete, but after watching enough videos, I figured it out. So, when I bought it the second time, I knew to get the regular DE2 finder. And yes, I get it now. I really like how it looks, especially with this 50 1.8E pancake. The red line is distinct, the camera is handsome, but it's still not enough. And no, I don't care who designed it. The FM3 is the best looking Nikon film camera in my eyes. Until a few days ago. I always thought it looked perfect, and even when I had never even seen one in the metal. The proportions are aesthetic. I wanted this camera 10 years ago and I love how it looks. And it looks just as good as the pictures. It wins this round. Round 2, build quality and handling. How well does it compare with a brick? When holding next to a brick, compared to the other Nikon Fs, the F3 is not the best. But compared to the FE line, it's definitely a step above. The F3 is a mini brick. It's heavy and I try to avoid some lenses on it. Don't get me wrong, the FM3A is not bad whatsoever, but the F3 feels better. Handling of the F3 can be good, but I don't like it with hefty lenses like the 50 1.2 AIS. It just doesn't feel good on the neck. I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to be Floyd when carrying a camera. The FM3A is more portable. The weight feels good for a full day of shooting, even with heavier lenses. With light lenses, it can fit easily in a jacket pocket. So FM3A wins. Round 4. When I was 4 or 5, my family ordered from Pizza Hut, and it came with a free portable film camera. I still remember advancing that film and pressing that shutter on that camera. That's why film advance is something I take very, very seriously. I love me a good film advance. And nothing tops the F3 in this category. The hype is real. This camera is worth owning for the film advance feel alone. It makes you feel like a kid or a teenager seeing a Girls Gone Wild commercial. If there is one criticism I have, is that the stroke is really long. I prefer to have it shorter strokes since I end up having to do 1.5 stroking it to finish advancing. One thing I also enjoy about both cameras is they both have AEL. The F3 has it in the front and the FM3A has it in the back. Overall, the F3 wins this round, although the shutter button does feel a little bit spongy. Round 5, price. You can still get a F3 for cheap, but if you want one in mint condition, it does get a little bit closer to the FM3A. The FM3A consistently is the most expensive manual focus Nikon. It is not as readily available as the Nikon F3, which makes sense because of the length of production for each. It's not even close. I will have to give it to the F3 here. Judge's decision. This is really hard. I love both. I've always viewed the FM3A as the coolest Nikon. It's the SLR equivalent of a Leica M6 in terms of looks and desirability, but with even much more capability. My main issues is a big one. I despise the meter display on the FM3A. I wish they could change it and it would be perfect. The F3 is a much more satisfying to use and is better built. But there is a pretentious hipster side of me that doesn't like how popular it is. It feels like an overplayed Taylor Swift song on the radio sometimes. Which is dumb, I know, but I'm dumb, so. Since it is so close and I can't decide, I always use this one trick. I ask myself, which would I keep if I could only keep one? And I think I would pick the one that I would regret selling more. The FM3A is getting harder to find. If I were to sell it, it may get really expensive to find a reasonably priced replacement. Alternatively, the F3 is very easy to buy. There's a million available out in the market at all times. Thus, the winner is the FM3A for me.